I came to the Glen Rock community, my biggest goal was to be known as an innovative leader, someone who values transparency and makes decisions based on our students' wants and needs. So when the broadcast media students at Glen Rock High School pitched a concept for an original web series, it was a no-brainer for me. Together, we developed a show for the community, by the community. And we are ready to share your story right here, right now on
Charleston in Charge, Season 2, Take 1.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Charleston in Charge. My name is Dr. Charleston, and today I have a very special guest here, Liliana Finelli. Liliana is a fifth grader at Central Elementary, and she will be co-hosting today's episode. So welcome aboard, Liliana, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Welcome back to another episode of Charleston in Charge, Season 2. My name is Liliana Finelli. I am in the fifth grade at Central School. In the last episode of Charleston in Charge, Dr. Charleston had the opportunity to interview the high school social studies teacher and volleyball coach, Mrs. Walter. Today, he will sit down with the senior captains of Glen Rock High School's boys and girls lacrosse team. You will get to meet Parker Dupuis and Emmett White of the boys lacrosse team. Then it's Ryan Doyle, Vivian Ferreri, Mia Lascalzo, and Ali Zamparelli of the girls lacrosse team. Our Panthers have a long history of success, and this year's captains are no exception. So let's dive into this special edition of Charleston in Charge.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Charleston. Welcome to another episode of Charleston in Charge, and my co-host today,
Liliana.
and we're very excited to be interviewing the captains of the boys and girls lacrosse team. It's always fun when we get to work with students and interview students, and Liliana is the superintendent and co-host for today, so we're very excited to have her as well. And we'll be asking you a bunch of questions and some rapid-fire questions, if that's okay. So I'll start. Well, why don't we actually have you introduce yourselves?
My name's Parker.
My name's Emmett.
My name's Ryan.
My name's Mia.
My name's Vivi.
My name's Allie.
Well, welcome to Charleston in Charge. And so my first question for the panel is, what initially drew you to lacrosse, and how did you get started playing the sport?
What first drew me to the sport was probably my dad. Played in high school and then started coaching after college, and he probably just, introduced the sport to me, so I decided to play.
I got the same answer as Parker. My dad, he told me about it. He also played in high school, and he thought it'd be a fun sport I could get into.
Mine's also probably my dad. He played at Duke University, and it's been like an important part of my family on both sides of my family, so that's why it drew me to the sport.
My older brother played and always go to games, and meeting different girls who played always made me want to play.
Mine's also probably my dad. He played in college and was our coach, so he kind of drew me in. I would just say being friends with people like Vivi and Ryan, whose dad's coach, they got us into the clinics in kindergarten and stuff like that, so that's how I started.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks for sharing. Liliana?
What do you enjoy most about being a lacrosse player?
What I enjoy most is the relationships I make with teammates and coaches, and yeah.
It's like a sense of a team. It's more fun playing a sport when you're friends with other guys on the team, and it's always a good group of guys, and it makes it more fun.
Definitely the relationships and friendships I make with my teammates, and the competitive aspect of it, and how you can
Definitely the friendships that we've made and all the team bonding things that we do. It's all really fun.
Also, probably the team bonding and staying active and always have something to do. Yeah, like everyone said, I like how it's a team sport, so you're really working together and you create a family out of it.
So when we think of sports, we always think about what's our most memorable moment. So what's your most memorable moment in lacrosse?
I think my most memorable moment is probably last season, even though we lost. Getting it down to a 6-4 game against Mountain Lakes, who was one of the best teams in the state at the time.
Another game from last year in the county tournament against Ramapo, a big upset win in overtime.
This season actually we played more snowballs. I think that was probably like our biggest win in Glenrock girls history. So that was definitely a big upset for us.
Last year we played Mawa and we won our league. That was definitely a really fun game.
I think also this year we beat Westwood. They ended our season last year, so it was good revenge on them. Last year we finally broke the bracket for the counties and we beat Ramapo all 2 times that we faced them, so that was big for us.
And both teams had a really good season last year. You've been traditionally strong. I think this year, I talked to Coach McCourt, this year we're going to get Richmond.
Yeah.
Ball, right? And then for the boys, we'll get Mountain Lakes. For sure. Okay, for Leon.
How do you prepare yourself mentally and physically before a match?
Probably just turn on the speaker in the locker room. Everyone usually gets locked in from that. That's usually it.
Yeah, I'm a big music guy, so I love listening to music before the game. And I start hydrating the day before the game.
Definitely staying hydrated is like my most important thing, and eating like a good meal before my game.
Also staying hydrated and eating food.
And like hydrating, eating, and getting good rest. Yeah, like everyone else said, I would also say like keeping yourself busy throughout the day before the game so you're not just like sitting around nervous, stuff like that.
What's the music that gets us fired up? Okay, is it appropriate?
House music.
What, house music?
Yeah.
House music. So what aspects of your game do you feel are your strongest, and we're always looking to improve, so what areas are you looking to improve upon?
The strongest parts of my game is probably my play in transition and my passing, and I probably need to start working on my shooting a little bit more and my dodging.
I'd say my strongest aspect is like is my speed and my stick skills. Is in like a work on in my ground balls.
I think my best part of my game is probably my dodging, like getting by players, but I definitely need to work on my shooting.
My strongest is probably one-on-one defense, and my least is probably my endurance.
I think my strongest is my speed, like my clears, but I think I definitely need to work on my communication with other players. I think the strongest parts of my game are probably my clears and my leadership role on the field, but I think some things I can improve on are like focusing on the ball a little bit more.
Who has been most influential coach or mentor in your lacrosse journey, and what lessons have you learned from him?
Probably the varsity head coach, Joe Voto, just teaching everyone how to be a leader and how to just be a part of a team.
My biggest mentor was also the head varsity coach, Joe Voto. He's taught me a few important life lessons, like how to communicate, just how to be positive, and focus on the future.
My biggest mentor is definitely my dad. Having him as like my coach growing up and getting me into the sport was definitely like the biggest reason that I still play today. So yeah.
My biggest mentor was also Mr. Doyle, who was our first coach, and Mr. Frere. They were our first coach, and they're still always on the sidelines cheering us on and always giving really good advice.
Yeah, mine was also probably Ryan's dad being a head coach when we were growing up, and my dad was also kind of like the helper. They both kind of influenced me to keep going. Yeah, I would agree with what they've said. Like Vivi's dad and Ryan's dad, I think they've seen us from the start, and they've really been like our biggest supporters ever since.
So lacrosse is really, I keep on saying this even when I was in high school, but it's exploding. It's a very popular sport, and I would agree. Even now, it's one of the more popular ones that we have. What do you think sets it apart from other sports? Like why are people so passionate about lacrosse?
I think the team factor of it, being on the field with 9 other players and 1 goalie for at least boys lacrosse. I mean, you learn how to be a part of a team and how to work with them.
Right, I'm going to piggyback on what Parker said. Yeah, the team aspect is huge, and you really build relationships with the players, and you want to win for each other.
Like what they said, it's really just a part of being a team, and it's very like similar to other sports in the way like you have a lot of other teammates, but I think it's like the bond relationships you make.
Also, everyone else said, I think the team dynamic is a lot stronger for lacrosse, and you really get to work with everyone you play with.
I also think it's a really like active sport, and it keeps you moving, and I think that's something that people like the
players like about it, and obviously the team.
I would also say it's a really fast game, like faster than many other sports. Like the score is gonna go higher than like soccer and stuff like that. So you're like what Vivi said, you're constantly moving, things are constantly switching. So you don't have a lot of time to like dwell on the goal that just went in because the next one's coming right away.
How do you approach teamwork and collaboration on the field?
Usually we approach it by working out in practice. Coach usually gives us certain drills to either communicate with each other or just like be with each other on the field.
Right, I play defense, and a big part of playing defense is communication. And communicating with your teammates is really important. Not only what you're doing, helping them what they're doing in spots they should be in.
I feel like a lot of like the off the field activities we do, like the team bonding, causes better like effective like positive communication on the field because maybe we create like better relationships. So like it's
Also, Emmett said, I play defense and communication is definitely the biggest thing for it, and working with all the other defenders.
we also have like dinners, and I think that really helps with our relationship within the team. And I feel like it makes our connection on the field way stronger.
Another thing we do is like big and little. So like you have a big sister and a little. So like it's kind of like a small family that you create within our team where you can like really get to know that like the younger girls on a different level than just like everyone else on the team.
So this question is just for Zam. I don't know if you're aware, but Charleston in Charge is an international show, and Liliana here has aspirations perhaps of playing in college, even though she hasn't gotten high school yet. So you're committed to playing D1 lacrosse at Fairfield. We're all curious to know like what the process was like, and what advice do you have for someone who wants to continue their athletic and academic career?
I would say the process was definitely really challenging. It takes like a lot on your like mental like health and everything like that. The coaches are kind of like very like they'll say one thing to you, but they could really not care, and it's just kind of trying to get a feel for if they really want you, if they really think that you'll be a great part of the team, and if you really see yourself being a good fit to that school and that team in general. Like playing lacrosse, like playing any sport in college is a lot. It's a lot to balance the sport as well as your academics, especially moving into such a new chapter of your life. So you just really have to make sure that's what you like really want to do, because it's not worth going and putting all this work and effort in to be unhappy with your decision and be miserable when you could just go to a different school and just maybe do a club sport or something like that instead.
That's a good answer.
What are your aspirations and goals for your lacrosse career, both in short term and long term?
There's not too many long-term ones left, at least, because this is my last season. But as in short term, definitely to make a run in states this year, probably beat Mountain Lakes.
You know, as a senior, obviously my ultimate goal is to win a state championship. So that's got to be the long-term goal. My short-term goal is to be Burton Catholic today.
Long term, I'm probably gonna like continue my like lacrosse career like through club at Clemson, and I definitely want to like make a run in states and hopefully win the championship.
For short term, probably to win states and a league.
I think for short term, win our game like tomorrow and the rest of the week, and for long term, just have a good season overall.
I would say short term, just like leaving my high school career like feeling proud of everything. Like we ended our season on a way we didn't want to last year, so I think we're really determined to make it far in counties and states, win the league again, and really just prove ourselves, because we have a really big veteran group this year. We only lost 2, so we have all the people we need to really make it that far.
All right, it's time for our rapid fire questions. We'll go through these super quick. That's why the rapid fire questions. What is your favorite food?
Pizza. Hibachi.
Steak or sushi?
Sushi.
Chocolate?
Italian food.
What's your favorite hobby?
Sports.
Sleeping.
Going to the beach or shopping?
Going to the beach.
Going to the beach.
I like to cook.
She cooks.
What's your favorite dish? What's the best dish you make?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have
She's a
anything
big
that's
pesto
stellar.
pasta.
Okay, all right. Coffee or tea?
Neither.
Tea.
Tea. Coffee.
Coffee. Tea.
Biggest pet peeve.
I don't have one.
Maybe talking with your mouth full.
I hate like nails on a chalkboard.
Slow drivers, slow walkers.
Slow walkers and loud chewers. I don't like when people like bite their silverware or like when metal rubs against each other.
What's your favorite season?
Summer.
Spring.
Summer.
Summer. Summer.
Fall.
Football.
Favorite holiday.
I'm gonna go with Halloween.
Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
Christmas. Christmas.
You have a favorite sport other than lacrosse?
Hockey.
Basketball.
Soccer.
No, I don't. Soccer. No.
Favorite sports team.
The New York Rangers.
New York Giants.
I really don't have a favorite. Like, a lot of teams.
I honestly really don't know. Maybe the Dolphins, the Eagles.
Buffalo Bills. Same. Bills.
When people ask you, like, what's your favorite piece of advice to hear?
Don't give up.
Focus on yourself.
Like always be true to yourself.
Always work hard.
Honesty is the best policy. Yeah, like Ryan said, stay true to yourself and always remember who you are.
TV or movies.
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 TV.
TV.
Movies. TV.
What's your most used app?
Snapchat.
TikTok for sure.
Snapchat.
TikTok.
TikTok. TikTok.
Favorite ice cream flavor.
And chocolate chip.
Tonight dough from Ben & Jerry's.
Probably coffee chip.
Cotton candy.
Raspberry chip. I like Dole Whip.
You can go anywhere in the world. Where would you go?
I'd probably go to Germany.
Hawaii.
Probably like St. Bart's.
Italy.
Greece. Italy.
Aisle seat or window seat on a plane.
Window.
Aisle.
Aisle. Window. Window. Aisle.
And
Aisle's better.
does pineapple belong on pizza?
Ugh.
Never had it, but no.
No.
No. No. Absolutely not. Definitely not. It's disgusting.
Well, this concludes another episode of Charleston in Charge. We're very thankful to have our co-host here, Liliana Finelli. Let's give her a round of applause. She did a great job. And yet again, we're here in front of a live studio audience, and we also want to thank our lacrosse captains today. We wish you the best of luck
Thank you.
during the season, and also next year wherever you wind up. Liliana, any final words as co-host? She's a woman of many words, right? And we're very happy to have her, and thank you all for watching. Here at the post-production, we're here with Mia, who was a guest director today, and she was directing her sister Liliana. And how'd Liliana do today?
She did very well.
Excellent. And we look forward to having both of you co-host and be part of the TV Media Club going forward and see what future shows that we bring. So great job today.